15 past the hour. Let's take a look at the Dow Jones this morning and see how it is doing. It's up about 15 or 17 points at this hour. This as President Trump is, well, brushing off essentially concerns about his new tariffs on autos made abroad, which are set to take effect this week. In an NBC News exclusive, President Trump addressed fears that car prices could go up, telling Kristen Welker, quote, "I couldn't care less. I hope they raise their prices because if they do, people are going to buy American-made cars, and we have plenty of those." NBC's senior business correspondent, Christine Romans, is with us. Christine, it's great seeing you, as always. So let's talk about what we can expect this Wednesday. And Dow Jones is pretty much flat, right?
Yeah, it had been down, then it popped back up. You're going to see volatility is that word they use on Wall Street, Jose, but this is what we have in effect in the second Trump administration so far. You've got all kinds of tariffs already in effect. And what we're going to find out on Liberation Day, which is later this week, which is April 2nd, liberation from foreign-made goods is what that means. That's 12,500 tariff categories from 200 trading partners. That's potentially 2 million different tariff lines or tariffs that would go on, and we just don't know what those look like quite yet. He's going to announce that later this week. In the meantime, you already have retaliation from American trading partners. China has already put on a bunch of tariffs, really targeting in on soybeans, corn, wheat, meat. This is the American Midwest. These are farm and ag producers. Canada with 2 different slates of retaliation. The EU in the middle of the month promising retaliation on things that will be felt from producers in the U.S., soup to nuts, and Mexico has not declared yet what it will retaliate against, but said that it will. In the meantime, you have a president, by the way, in his first administration that used the stock market as his personal poll or his personal scorecard. During the Trump administration, you have the stock market down. It is down for the year. This is the worst quarter for the S&P 500 in 3 years because companies and consumers are bracing for what this new world will look like under Donald Trump. He wants things made in America. He wants to undo 40 years of globalization. That is going to be disruptive in the near term. And it looks as though the president is willing to accept that for now. So watch the stock market here. Stable this morning, but there's a lot of uncertainty later this week, Jose.
And then, Christine, so one of the things in the graphic that you had just previous to this one is all the different countries and the tariffs that they're putting in. TBA for Mexico, because Sheinbaum has said that she's going to wait on any reaction to it. But in the last couple of weeks alone, Mexico has really been proactively showing what cooperation could look like. I mean, they sent almost 30 cartel members from Mexico to the United States, including one of the main cartel leaders that was behind the torture and death of Kiki Camarena. So, drugs have been essentially shut down in much of the border. What's going on with that?
Her strategy has been different than some of these other allies who have felt as though they have been attacked. Their country, the tariffs are a weapon. Right. And so these are allies who are trade partners. I mean, you look at Canada, for example, they say the U.S.-Canadian relationship has been broken, that the U.S. is not the reliable partner that it was before. But you have President Sheinbaum being much more restrained in announcing what kind of products would be retaliated against. Although I will say, I'm going to go back here, you do have significant tariffs on Mexican-made goods, and more are coming. So there will be pain for those Mexican producers. We'll see how she responds.
Christine Romans, you know everything about everything, and I'm just so lucky that I get a chance to talk to you about it.
Tell my kids.
Thank you, Christine. I shall. Thanks.